Thank you for subtitle being default off, because it's the stupidest thing ever.
Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside.
Wait.
With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Well, can I just take care of these real quick? Why can't we get WASD? Really? Fine. Borderless full screen, okay. Unlimited my ass. This was so of course. This was so made with the Xbox in mind, I think. Some of these settings are pretty suspicious. Now OBS needs to really update to allow HDR capture without messing with without adding that mesh or whatever. Okay, this Yoshi is driving me insane. In and out, 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 in and out. So gonna keep doing that until you go crazy. Alright, I have to restart this. Hey, wait. I can't go back to... I guess I should have just played that tutorial? Oh, here it is. Jesus Christ. It's like... Okay. Like, don't do that. You know, allow people to change the graphic settings. I see. I mean, this is why I think that this is primarily made for the Xbox Series X, because they would just keep playing through that fucking tutorial without worrying about taking care of the graphics options. Meanwhile, accessibility option is like right in the beginning.
Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside. With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Was this game... Hold on. Was this game also available on Xbox? Because I was just thinking, no, this is a keyboard and mouse game. Oh, it's a Game Pass for PC. What? So they didn't have this release for the Xbox, but oh, well, I guess the design team is like not very smart. Because you allow people to customize the graphics and everything else before you just put them in there. I know some other games did the same thing though. So I was just gonna say, I grabbed my Xbox controller and I was like, okay, if this game is on the Xbox Series X, so they must have done something with the UI. But they didn't. Okay. Frame rate is taking a dip though, I think. No DLSS. So I might have to reduce the scaling here. Yeah, it's not very smooth.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Okay. Oops. Apple. Hello, little girl.
The new workforce could now turn to the growing village's needs. First, they would build a mill near their food source, so villagers could drop off gathered berries more easily.
You got that medicine. Oh, near the food source. Okay. Sweet love. Oh, is it time, baby? It's almost time. You gotta wait a little bit, okay? What a sweetie.
Next, the growing village would need wood to build with.
Well, we need some of them. How do I? Oh.
Yeah.
I only have eight. I was supposed to have 10. Right? Make 2 more. Oops.
What, Yaru? Hear us, Apple.
They're destroying that forest.
The growing community now had a steady supply of lumber. To make wood collection easier, villagers could erect a lumber camp near the forest.
Yes, let's erect it. Maybe over here? Oh, okay.
Work Henday. Share this Avidende? Here work.
Thanks to the camp, villagers no longer needed to travel as far to drop off lumber. The village now required additional houses to support its growing population.
Work Henday. Work Henday.
Work can they?
Work.
With additional housing in place, even more villagers could join the workforce. But a populous village would soon exhaust the natural food sources. To grow, the community needed dedicated farms.
Work Henday. Work. Yeah, Ayo, Glenda.
Woodsmen and farmers now kept the village well supplied. Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources. For that, communities employed scouts.
Morning, Randall. Pezza?
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources. The most important thing for a scout to locate was a ready source of gold.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ridende. Yes, sir. Yahalende. Gande. Astirende. Astiriende.
To prevent having to haul ore large distances, expanding communities would establish a mining camp near the source of gold.
Work, cat.
Cheer, lass. Work Kende. Work Kende. Yeah, yeah. Work, cat. Air to work, huh?
Ridra. Ridende.
Uh-oh, I'm doing more than what the tutorial is asking me to do.
Yeah, yeah.
A well-placed camp ensured efficient gold mining.
Why do I only have one person though doing that? I need to follow the instructions to a T. Trying to get myself in trouble again.
Abendende. Cheer, let's Abendende. Self-Sunday. Yes, sir.
You got
With a good supply of gold, the village was becoming a large town. The signpost of this growth would be the construction of a large landmark.
No, I'm gonna take one of these guys instead. Okay. So left click on to select a landmark. Oh, and then I have to select it. Place it here. How do I rotate this?
Work, Kende.
Huh? Work Kende.
Give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist. Do it softly.
Abendende.
With the landmark in place, the once sleepy village announced itself as a thriving feudal township. The townsfolk had been driven from their homes before, however. This time, they would defend themselves.
I'm your worker.
The first step would be constructing a barracks for infantry.
Each will be in Belfende. Each timber fails.
No, you go over there. I'll send somebody else to take care of that.
Yes, sir. Questo Hana.
Yes, sir. West Duhala. Capriende would do. Yaru to work. Heading off. Yes, Belfende.
Look at that. Yaru to work. Capriende
Once it had a barracks, the town could establish a standing force of soldiers. Simple infantrymen armed with spears were a common choice for these militias. The town now had a militia and could look to reclaim the lands lost to invasion. The invaders had blocked the road north with a stout palisade. Although spears were of little use against these walls, the militia could burn down the obstacle with torches.
Poliende Hesa. Barende ut. Dende ut. It's will reader.
Get Plymouth Garu. Reach nu. Garu Astiga.
Videre Gichuela. Hura. Donde tat. Barende nu. Ga ut. Ridende ut. It will reader.
Garu open. Forgas Piras.
With the road open, the militia could now reclaim their lands in the north. First, the spearmen had to deal with a lone sentry.
Aknawa. Garu
Okay, C12 7. Well, left click back move and what? I don't know what they want me to do. Left click attack move. No, oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Not just one person.
Advancing aggressively, the militia eliminated the enemy sentry.
Oh no.
The invaders had a small cavalry camp guarding the road, but the militia was ready to attack.
Are we really?
Spears were highly effective against cavalry, allowing the militia to win the day. All that remained was to destroy the invaders' stables.
Killer! Killer! Oh my god! Killer! Damn.
What, Hezza? Ich era.
The invaders' cavalry post was destroyed, but other enemy positions awaited further up the road. Hostile archers defended the next camp, which would put spearmen at a disadvantage. The township needed cavalry of its own to deal with this, and so would need to build stables. To deploy that cavalry quickly, the town needed to build their stables near the front lines. Fortunately, friendly villagers came out of hiding and joined the effort.
Really? Okay, calm down.
There you were.
Forward here. Ridende ut.
With stables in place, the town could field horsemen of its own.
Shule Bayo Timbra. What surface say? That Shule Bayo Timbra.
Videre Yaru, Baron de Newt. Each will read us. Hura. Each will. Dunde cut.
Yeah, Iaru. Bayod May. Under Clotto! Then Hexter.
Why are we destroying these farms though? Can we use it ourselves?
Eoreda! Iaru. Hellsborough! Eored Iaru.
Calm down.
Ichiera. Bayod May. Eored Iaru. Then Hexter. Yeah, Iaru.
Populate. Yeah, see what happens when you're doing too much. All right.
What surface say? That Shule Bayo Timbra. Dije obviesele. Shantende! Move! There you were. Each a winner, you a voodoo.
Städa fast nu. Yes, sir. Yes, certainly. Iaru. You need it over.
The town now had a rapid light cavalry, skilled at harassing slower targets, such as archers.
Eoreda. Ichiwilla.
Clement,
Yes, sir.
Maybe those guys need to go heal up.
Yeah, word. You sadly at all. You need it over.
The cavalry eliminated the enemy archers and moved on to destroying the archery range itself.
Garwigan, each way.
The invaders' archers and their camp were destroyed. A final enemy emplacement remained, one fortified with palisades and defended by spearmen. To deal with this target, the town would need longbowmen. First, they needed to build archery ranges in the area regained from the invaders. Once more, friendly villagers arrived to help.
What's that thing? H. Timbratheos! And Shula Bayo Timbra?
You need it over. Ichiwilla. Beod me. Icha folly. Ga! Ga!
Probably gonna need more houses here. Huh?
What's their faith, eh? Each timbra theos.
Yanwan!
With several archery ranges in place, the town could add longbowmen to its forces.
Flamboga and a flatboga. Feed a hit. Strela, Buse. Igeo, Shuffle. Berde, Strele, Buse. Strele, Borde, Yard. Yerwa, Garwiga. Astira, Garwiga. Flatboga, Aron. Belde,
A strong force of archers could eliminate enemy spearmen at a distance, so long as they took the proper position.
Cliff top. Okay.
Abuga, Strelbora. Valiente, Heso.
Eore, Rida! Eoredas! Yes, sir. Ritano. Ritano. Ichiera. Eoredas. Vera. Eoredas. Help Baru.
Do we need these guys?
Yerwa, Garwiga. Yes, sir. Yeah. Kusvich. Aquila.
Poised on a cliff top, the longbowmen would be protected from an infantry charge.
Oh, what?
On Styria, Strelbora.
Yidit readeth Eoredas. Eoredas. Ichiwilla.
They were able to get all the way up there. Oh my god.
The last of the invaders fell to the resurgent homegrown population. Now that their lands were free of enemies, the town could take the next step in its growth and become a powerful medieval city. Here too, the erection of a great landmark would be the signpost of this growth.
They're so slow.
Midway.
say?
It's gonna take forever for that villager to get over there, huh?
Este strumento. Eat your work, huh?
Apuga, strabore, peres. Poliende, hese. Gangster labore. Eragonga, conway. Strabore, peres.
Carbiga, Asaka, Frit Blue.
What's going on? Jesus Christ. I don't know why we have to raise the villages though. Can we just simply like convert those things into like our own?
Where a few lowly refugees had founded a small village, now rose a mighty city. From there would grow an empire.
So it's a pretty basic, yeah, tutorial.
some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land. This is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne. October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. "250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself. On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
Okay. What is that? No, I only have control of. Oh, how does this work?
Donetsk moje vosavits.
You just want you to go up there and attack. I mean, you can't even control the rest of this stuff. That's just AI.
Attendez incontinent.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall. Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. The aid to to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation.
How do I mean, I can't even... Oh.
William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged.
Can I really?
More Norman
like-
men-at-arms reinforced William's army.
Shouldn't we all just charge it? Oh no. Bad idea. When they have too many fucking people. Oh, he's dead. Wait, you can... Okay. If you can even get to him, he's just gonna get killed. Look at that. Interesting.
Je suis votre serveuse. Entre les aboués. Votre service. Access Metzvos, nous allons. Incontinent.
The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders, but William had an answer: his sharp-eyed archers.
Je suis votre serveuse. Ouais, Jimmy.
Jesus Christ, why can't I just... They just don't allow you to command everything at once. So it's... He's gonna get fucked up again. He's getting... The archers are getting attacked.
Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But first, William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen, whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse. threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself.
He's stuck.
The last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his.
Can we get? Oh, we do have one. Okay. Jesus Christ. Just Zerga.
The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic. Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning.
That corpse. April 1066, a bright star with a long streaked tail appeared in the night sky and burned for weeks. Its appearance coincided with the imminent invasion of England by William of Normandy. To William's soldiers, waiting eagerly to set sail from Normandy, it seemed that the star's tail pointed directly at the Saxon king's castle in England. This was a divine guarantee of victory. It inspired the Normans' rallying cry, Nova Stella, Novus Rex, a new star, a new king. By the time the star passed, the Saxons' King Harold lay dead, killed at the Battle of Hastings, and William the Conqueror became King of England. That long-tailed star is depicted on the Bayeux tapestry, and we know it today as Halley's Comet.
At Guédelon in France, to understand how castles were constructed, they're building one from scratch, using just the tools and materials of the medieval age. It's a 25-year project, the world's biggest archaeological experiment. The most important defensive feature of any castle was the wall surrounding it.
Castle walls had to be incredibly thick in order to resist attack and absorb the impact of projectiles fired from trebuchets.
The curtain wall was over 20 feet deep, interspersed with towers. In earlier Norman castles, they were square, but while on crusade, European knights saw that eastern towers were round. They realized that eliminating corners not only made them stronger, but also provided a better view of the surrounding landscape. Completing the walls will take some 30,000 tons of sandstone.
Transport costs in the Middle Ages were incredibly expensive. So having a good supply of local stone close to the castle was vital.
To extract it from the quarry, first a row of holes is hand-drilled.
Once all the holes are ready, I'm ready to put in the iron wedges, and I'm ready to split it open by hitting very hard on each wedge with a big sledgehammer.
The stone is split into usable blocks, then transported using horsepower and human effort. This treadwheel crane can lift up to half a ton.
The walls are built like sandwiches. On the outside you have facing walls built from better quality stones, and the inside, the rubble cores, they're built with softer stones and other offcuts from the quarry. And they're built up in layers with a very thick, coarse mortar.
This ingenious method makes the walls better able to withstand hits from a trebuchet. Sandstone is too hard to be carved into intricate windows, vaults, and steps. Instead, softer, more expensive limestone is used. These sophisticated building techniques make castles the ultimate feats of medieval engineering. It's a testament to their construction that so many still stand today.
It's interesting.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control.
That's a really small
William had no choice but to order his
fort,
men
though.
north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter? William the Conqueror marched north, with his army of Normans determined to take back the rebel-held city of York. But in his path stood rebel towns that harboured William's northern enemies. He would take the towns back by force.
So they give us a ranger, I mean, a scout.
Cavallo. Chiesti. Vado. Vado. Ascolto.
What? Are they attacking him? No, right? What are those sheep?
Ascolto.
She's following him.
Sì. Sì. Ascolto. Ascolto. Vado. Cavallo. Vieni! Cavallo. Vado. Vado. Sì. Preparati.
Is that,
Lantiers. Cicara formata. Lantiers, sì. Preparate archers.
oh, we have two scouts. Huh? Okay.
Ascolto. Cavallo. Sì. Vado. Vedi? Sì. Ascolto. Sì. Cavallo. Ici. Sì.
I know. I saw us.
Acces vos, compagnon. Certes. Si comme vos voudrez. Incontinent. Avant, compagnon. Retrayez vos amoués. Je suis votre serveuse. Quand je commande, avant. Avertisez votre courage, compagnon.
Cavallo bene. Obeio.
What is that? Archer. So. Oh God! You see, that's the thing. They're preparing themselves. Okay, so we need.
Barats. En boulot.
Oh, no.
Preparate en boula. Very good. Occupé.
Attendez en votre service. Si comme vos voudrez.
The Normans captured the town of Middlethorpe, establishing their presence in the north. With reinforcements to his armies soon arriving, William would need more resources to supply them.
Ascolto. Explore. Bene. Vado. Cavallo. Ascolto. Bene. Chiate. Vado. 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 Sì. Escolto.
L'heure avant, compagnon. Recueillez vos amouets. En votre service.
Quod. Si, laborans.
Quod? Si, laborans. Colones. Ite tuts. Coligo. Ocest. Me.
We don't have any.
Edifico.
So they want you to build additional farm.
Passono. Laburo.
5 villages to chop wood.
Baked.
Si. Edifico.
Ascolto. Sì. Spero. Seco.
Somebody needs to finish that. Why is this not being finished? Come on. Take care of that mill.
Sì. Laburo. Me. Ascolto. Passono. Che? Alla materia.
Ubi vado.
No one's working that farm? What does that mean, the plus?
Hoc est. Procedo. Materia.
Me. Laborans la terre.
My daddy had one too. Oh.
Je veux être obéi. Captain.
Ensa. Saginas.
Soyez prest, compagnon.
Mandes. Vado.
Das Brunnen.
Bene. Cavalo. Vado.
Succession. Sommes en votre service. Quand je commande, avance.
Remède les tirs. Arrière. In avant.
Obéir, c'est incontinent. Je suis votre serveuse.
You know I'm not that girl, you know I'm not
Barat.
that
Bene. Escolto. Vado. Si. Si.
In the crowd
Escolto.
by the old man river, and I saw it's a who white I wish I was with my father, who could see before I spend all these things I couldn't want for him.
Passono.
Ubi vado.
Explore Vado. Celtic. Escolto. Escolto. Si. Cavallo. Bene. Vado. Vado. Si. Cavallo.
L'heure est de besogne. Votre jetzt vos à moi. Quand je commande, avant.
Sans stress, Idée, Servientes. Explore. Escolto. Chierte. Cavallo.
Ok. À la materia.
Spero. Seco. Che? Sì. Escolto, escolto. Colonne spero. Alla materia.
The Norman army was now well supplied by a town, but it would take a sustained effort to keep the army at full strength.
Incontinent.
Another rebel town, Fulford, stood in defiance to William's rule.
Vado. Vado. Escolto. Cavallo. Cavallo. Escolto. Si. Cavallarios. Celtic.
Archers, huh?
Very good. On demande. L'enquête. Il avance, l'enquête.
No.
Access vers pertisens, votre courage, compagnon. Avant, compagnon. Je vais vous oreilles.
Oh, maybe for archers you need the other one. Spearmen. I thought the horse people were good. Guess not.
Quelqu'un incontinent. Votre jetzt vos à moi.
Courseresse. Bene. Mauvais ici.
Where's the I thought I got backup. What happened to right here.
Quiete, cavals. Si.
Attendez les commandements.
What is it, archers?
In avant, arquère. Vade, arquère. Par l'entière, sparate.
Maybe that's the way.
Bene.
It's sent me. What are these? It's regular soldiers. What are these? Vanguard. Heavy melee infantry.
Access vos, compagnon. Donnez-moi vos advices.